Good day, students. I am Stacey Ann Sinclair, and today we will be looking at the topic religious symbols. The objectives are as follows. Define the term signs and symbols. Describe two symbols associated with each of the four major world religions. Explain the significance of each symbols described. Show appreciation for the rich cultural heritage associated with symbols encompassed by religious and non-religious people. Our everyday lives are saturated with symbols that are designed to express ideas and signs that tell us what to do. Signs and symbols are all around us. Take, for example, motor vehicles. Boys, how do you distinguish between a Mercedes-Benz and a BMW? They're distinct logos. A Mercedes-Benz has a pair of star logos with 3 points. A BMW has blue and white roundel. Girls, when females receive red roses, isn't the gesture most likely interpreted as a symbol of love? How do you determine which restroom to use? You look for the sign female or the symbol of a female in a dress, the sign male or the symbol of a male in trousers. That helps to influence an individual's decision. Okay, persons may not be able to read, and so seeing signs and symbols, this helps them to be able to distinguish where exactly it is that they need to do or what it is that they need to do. Did you know that religious people also utilize large amounts of symbols to represent their beliefs? Oh yes. Signs tell them what to do, and symbols tell them what to feel. In fact, there was a time when symbols dominated everywhere and everything. They were like cultural codes. Religions and religious ideas can be difficult to understand. They are complex and deal with subjects that are sometimes beyond human understanding. This is why religious people use different things to explain their beliefs and to help them and others to understand the mysteries of their faith. One way this can be done is through the use of religious symbols. What is a sign? A sign is a symbolic mark that represents something else. Any motion, gesture, image, sound, pattern, or events that conveys information. What is a symbol? A symbol is something that represents or stands for something else, especially a material object representing something abstract. Symbols are often used to represent things that are otherwise difficult or impossible to describe. Okay, children, I want you to turn your attention to the screen. So we're going to be looking at each of the symbols that are associated with various religions. The cross, for example. The cross is the most powerful and most important Christian symbol. Sometimes the figure of Jesus is on the cross, and then it is called a crucifix. The crucifix is a symbol of the death of Jesus for the sins of the whole world. Sometimes the cross is empty, and this represents or symbolizes Jesus' resurrection. Another symbol to look at, the ark and the menorah. The ark is a cupboard at the front of the synagogue that houses the scrolls on which the books of the Torah are written. It is the holiest part of the synagogue. It is a symbol of the Ark of the Covenant, a sacred container in the Jewish temple. It contained several sacred items, including the tablets of stones on which the 10 sayings were written, Aaron's rod, and some manna. The menorah is the 7-branched candlestick that was used in the temple in Jerusalem before the temple was destroyed. It contained fresh olive oil and was lit each day. According to the Torah, the menorah was made at God's command and was one of the holy objects placed in the temple sanctuary. The most important Hindu symbol is the sacred symbol It is written in English as OM. This sound is used in Hindu chants, mantras, and prayer. The symbol of the is found in Hindu mandirs, family shrines, on pendants, and other decorations. The Trishul is commonly referred to as the weapon of Shiva. The Trishul carries the power to destroy 3 worlds: the physical world, the world of past lives, karma, and the world of the mind, the ego. Hindus believe that when these 3 worlds are destroyed, one enters into the divine non-dual space of enlightenment or pursue bliss. The same thing that we would have looked at earlier, moksha. Hence, destruction becomes the transformation. Allah in Arabic. The Islamic faith is built on the belief that there is only one God. This concept is called Tawhid, and that he should never be worshipped through the use of images or idols. Muslims believe that Allah should not be represented by any symbols of any type, because this is a form of idolatry. The words Allah in Arabic, script, or characters can be regarded as visually representing Islam as a symbol. The Kaaba or Kaaba. Small shrines located near the center of the Great Mosque in Mecca and considered by Muslims everywhere to be the most sacred spot on earth. Muslims orient themselves towards the shrine during the 5 daily prayers, Salah. They also bury the dead facing its median, that is, the central point of the Kaaba. They also cherish the ambition of visiting or making a pilgrimage to Mecca. This is known as the Hajj. Located in the eastern corner of the Kaaba is the Black Stone of Mecca. According to tradition, this stone was given to Adam on his expulsion from paradise in order to obtain forgiveness of his sins. Legend has it that the stone was originally white, but has become black by absorbing the sins of the countless thousands of pilgrims who have kissed and touched it. Every Muslim who makes a pilgrimage is required to walk around the Kaaba 7 times, during which he or she kisses and touches the black stone. What is the significance of each symbol? The cross in Christianity, it represents Jesus' resurrection. The crucifix, also in Christianity, represents the death of Jesus for the sins of the whole world. The Ark in Judaism is a representation of the Ark of the Covenant. And the menorah, also a symbol in Judaism, represents Israel as the light of the Gentile world. the Hinduism. It represents divinity and the supreme authority of Brahman. The Trishul, also in Hinduism, represents the relief from the three types of pain that arise in our human experience: physical, spiritual, and of the mind. Allah in Arabic, a representation of Islam. Allah cannot be represented through the use of images and symbols. And the word Allah written out is also used as a representation of the religion Islam. The Kaaba, or Kaaba in Islam, represents the house of Allah, the Muslim God. There are limitations of language. Sometimes individuals are not able to fully convey what they want to say through words, spoken words. Hence, different signs and symbols are used to help religious as well as non-religious people to express how and what they are feeling. Take, for example, the symbol of a large tree. What might that represent? How might that help individuals or point individuals to the direction of God? The powerful tree image could speak to someone of the power as well as the trustworthiness of God. Or take, for example, a dying plant. What might that indicate or represent to someone? The dying flower might prompt a person to think about sadness or loss, but also gives them hope that God is there with them. There are other signs that can be used, signs that are used in a non-religious sense. For example, the uniform that you wear, or the lapel, or your tie. All of these help to give or to indicate who you are. So it gives a sense of identity. So signs are also capable of giving a sense of identity. Your sports gear, or maybe the club you belong to, be it Key Club, Girls Guide, Brownies, or even when we wear our Jamaican colors, that indicates that we are members of the Jamaican society. There are some symbols that are common in religions. So we're going to be looking at some of these. The symbol of the light. Generally, light gives or symbolizes hope, trust, and comfort. What does it mean in different religions? For the Hindus, light represents knowledge, and this knowledge removes ignorance, darkness. In Judaism, light is a reminder of the menorah, which in turn represents the burning bush, or Israel as the light to the Gentile nations. Light in Christianity represents the light of the world, and Christians consider themselves to be that light of the world. Symbol of water. So water is also used in different religions, and in different religions it has different meanings. A general meaning when we look at water is cleansing, refreshing, peace. What does it mean in the different religions? For Muslims, water represents spiritual purification. And if you remember last term, we would have looked at the whole washing ritual of wudu. This is how water is used in Islam as a symbol. Christians. Christians also see water in the sense of spiritual cleansing, the washing away of sins. This is also seen where an individual becomes baptized, whether infant baptism or through adult baptism, right? Water is used as a symbol of washing away one's sin. In Hinduism, the river Ganges is also significant. And for Hindus, they see river Ganges, the water, as having healing properties. Fire. Fire is also another symbol used in religion. Fire may mean, in general, danger, power, purification. For the religious man, in particular Hindus, it represents the physical presence of Brahman, the supreme God. In Christianity, fire represents God, the Holy Spirit. Another symbol, too, is bread. In general, when we think of bread, we think of food. We think of survival, sustenance, that which gives us energy. For the religious man, bread represents life and God's provision in Judaism. And for Christians, it represents the body which was broken of Jesus Christ for the redemption of man's sin. Okay, so now that we have looked at signs and symbols, I want you to read pages 96 and 97 of your textbook, Religious Education for Jamaica, Book 2. And you are going to complete the following activities. Until next time, students, be safe and remember to read ahead.